Hey everyone, it's Jackie again, and I wanted to come back and show you all of the planners that I'm going to be using going into 2025. Now, I am a multiple planner person, and so I have a few things to walk you through. So I'd like to start with this beautiful Erin Condren Franken planner that I put together in my last video. So if you haven't watched that one, essentially what I did is I took apart this life planner. It's the vertical layout one, and I added in some pages from a few of the other notebooks. So for example, I really like these 6 grid project planning. I also put some dot grid pages in, and then my favorite are these productivity notebook spreads, so I wanted to include some of those as well. And I have those for each aspect of my different branches of my business, because I do a couple of things that are very different from each other, and so I needed dedicated space within my planner in order to write everything out. And then once we get into the actual planning pages here for the week, I really like the vertical layout because it has 3 boxes, and so I'm able to color code those based on those 3 aspects of my business, and I've kind of created then a weekly schedule for all 3 in one, which is really helpful for me. I also added in some of these pockets as well, just to put in some important documents. But this Franken planner is set up just to be for Q1. So I just have January, February, and March in here. And obviously it's still a pretty thick planner with just those 3 months, which is why I'm just doing it a quarter at a time. And then after we get through part of March, if I decide that I need to change something about this planner for the next quarter, I can do that without having to take it apart and start from scratch, you know, if this was a full year planner. So this is one of my main planners, and this one I'm going to be using to plan out the products that I create, the books I write, and everything that goes around those products. So the 3 branches of my business right now are my teacher product store, so I create curriculum resources. I write under one pen name currently, and then I also create digital products for authors and other small business owners. So those are those 3 parts of my business. So this is for planning the products, and I have another planner that I'm going to be using for the content for each of those 3 parts of my business. So this actually came in the mail a few days ago. It's much larger than I thought it was going to be, but it is one of the Happy Planner folios. And I wasn't crazy about the text on it, so I just put a sticker on the front. This sticker is actually from Emily Cromwell Designs, which is one of my favorite bookish small businesses. So definitely check her out if you like fun bookish things like that. And so this is going to be my main content planner. Now this is a much larger planner. It's a little more unwieldy, but that's kind of on purpose. It gives me more space. But I have just a few little decor things over here, and some extra tabs. And then here is the main part of the planner. This is also a Franken planner. So I took apart actually one of the homeschool teacher planners, and I added in some of the notebook pages. So I have these same spreads, the 6 grid, the productivity pages, all the way through here. And then when we get into the actual weekly planner, it looks something like this. So it's meant for a teacher or a homeschool educator to plan out multiple subjects, or perhaps to plan for multiple children, and then each day of the week. Now, because I have different businesses or different aspects of my business to plan out, I've decided to make each of those a column, and then just the days of the week here. This is where I'm going to plan out my social media content and the like. So I will brainstorm and plan those posts and that content in the front, and then I will write down how I'm going to schedule those posts here. I do still have 2 columns empty, and I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do with those yet, but we'll get there when we get there. I also included these cute little bow stickers just for trackers. So at the end of the week, I can see, okay, did I post 5 times for each of these businesses or not? And that'll just be some good data for me to collect as I go forward. Now these stickers, I just bought return address labels from, I got them on Amazon. They're just the Avery return address labels, and that's what I printed out here. And these are just the Avery 1.5 inch square labels that I just printed the days of the week. Now, some people may have other uses for these boxes here, but to be honest, it was overwhelming for me to come up with something else to put there. So rather than just fill it full of nonsense, I'm just going to move forward with the days of the week there. And like my other planner, this is going to be a quarterly planner. So I just have 3 months in here. So this planner is mostly going to be for my content planning, but it's also going to serve as my budgeting planner for my business expenses. So on this monthly spread that I've already set up for January, I will go in and write anytime I get paid and anytime I have money going out. So I have a few scheduled reoccurring expenses such as my Google workspace and things like that. So I'm just going to write those on here and track them. And then over here in this notes section, at the end of the month, I'll just have a running total of how much money came in, how much money went out, and then I can bring that data over into my budget spreadsheet. So that is how I'm going to be using this planner. So those are my main 2 planners, my content or my money and marketing planner, and then my product or what I'm creating planner. And both of these are Erin Condren. Oh, and these fun little charms, aren't they so cute? A little troll and a little griffin. My daughter actually draws these and has a little small craft business. And I thought it was fun to have a little piece of her art on my planners as well. So those are the 2 main planners, but I also have a few other things that I'm going to be utilizing. So I'm going to go ahead and show you those as well. So I had mentioned earlier Emily Cromwell Designs. She also makes these cute little book review journals. I know it's not really a planner, but it is something that I intend to use throughout the year to be a little bit more intentional with my reading and how I am sort of thinking about what I am reading. So in this little book review journal, she has pages where you can just list the important information about the book and a review, as well as rating and dates and all of that. This will just help me be a little bit more accountable towards my reading goals, as well as keep a running log of all of the reviews that I have of those books, which I think is also going to be very, very helpful for me. So that's this cute little book review journal by Emily Cromwell Designs. I have yet another Erin Condren planner here with another little charm drawn by my daughter. Her little phoenix is so cute. This is their Home and Sort organizational planner. And I am going to use this to help me try to get my house back in order. Just like many of you, I'm sure, the house has just gotten away from me over the last few years, and I have some decluttering and some reorganizing to do. And I really like how this kind of guides you through all of these different stages of getting your home to a place where it feels manageable and feels like something that you can be proud of. So I'm going to be working through this throughout my year, and I'm also going to include my husband and my kids on this too, so we can work together to make our home just the best that it can be. So here on this monthly spread, I plan to do something very similar to what I'm going to do in my business money and marketing planner. Is I'm going to track a lot of our big monthly expenses in here as well, just so I can be a little bit more accountable with our budget. And then we're just going to work through this as we're able. It is set up to do one little tab a month, but we'll see. Maybe I'll be able to move faster than that. Maybe I'll need more time, but either way, I'm just going to give myself some grace on that. As long as I'm making progress, that's okay. So that's the Home and Sort from Erin Condren. I have another fun and colorful Emily Cromwell Designs planner. This is her Bookstagrammer planner. Now, I am not a Bookstagrammer, but I am an author, and so I thought there would be some fun ideas in here of how I could use Instagram to advertise my own books. So she has all of her cute, just these beautiful dashboards with her art and some monthly spreads. Now, because I have the other planners, I'm not sure that I'm actually going to write in here, but I do like just some of her suggestions for engagement on each of the weeks. She also has within each month some ARC planning, content brainstorming, photo challenges, and then a monthly wrap-up of all the books read. So I might use those pages in addition to the book review journal. Now, it also does have room for book reviews, so now that I think about it, I'll probably use the other one more, but for now, I'm just going to use this as sort of a point of inspiration in creating my content for my author brand. The last two are these two little skinny planners that, again, I don't plan to do a lot of work inside of these, but just mainly use them for inspiration and as resources. This is the rebranded teacher planner, or a little part of it, put together by a teacher creator on Teachers Pay Teachers, which is one of the platforms that I sell on. And in this planner, she has these mind maps for product lines, as well as product idea, planning pages, goal setting, and then these trackers for each month where you can kind of track your tasks in terms of creating new products, pinning them, social posts, things like that. So I didn't print out her full planner because I do have other planners that I'll use for my daily and weekly planning, but I really like this idea just for tracking those tasks. So I'll probably just use some dot markers in here to keep track as the year goes on. And the last resource I picked up, I actually bought this in 2023, but the information in it is still good. It's from Simple Pin Media. They are a Pinterest agency, and I'd really like to start using Pinterest more intentionally for each aspect of my business, the teacher business, the author business, and then the author digital products business. So in this little planner, she has some year-round ideas, some information on crafting the perfect pin, and then some content trends for each month. And it just goes through the whole year. And then it has some spots in back talking about cleaning up your boards, using ads, and then a place to record your stats. Now, I'm not sure if I'll actually write in this planner, but it is going to be a reference or a resource for me throughout the year. So those are all of the planners that I intend to use in 2025. Now, I know for some of you this might be a little bit much, but for me, it allows me to sort of compartmentalize all of the different aspects of the work that I do, my family, and our home life. It just helps kind of keep me on track. If I can keep myself in one headspace when I'm in my product planner, and then another headspace when I'm in my marketing and money planner. So here is the stack for 2025. I hope that you have enjoyed my planner walkthrough. Stay tuned for my next video where we'll do some Plan With Me content, looking at a content plan for the month of January, as well as how I'm going to brainstorm the content to help make 2025 the best year ever for my business and for my life. So again, thank you very much for watching, and have a great rest of your day. Bye-bye now.